haven't felt this feeling ever in my life.
I honestly feel like I'm falling in love with you.
We are getting a sneak peek at a fiery feud between Noah and Bennett on next week's episode of The Bachelorette, and we're breaking down all the details. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have to talk about this latest Bachelorette promo, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Gabby Gonta, and I'm joined by the lovely Avery Grooms tonight. Hi, Avery.
Hi, Gabby.
Okay, Tayshia's season is really starting to unfold, and this latest teaser reveals what we can expect next week. So let's dive right in and start talking about these clips. So in the first one, they're clearly getting creative with dates again because there's a scary haunted house theme going on. Let's take a look. Craziness. We can see they're in a pitch black dark house and things are jumping out at them. So a creepy date. What do you think about this, Avery? Are you a big, haunted, scary Halloween fan, or would this not be a fun date for you?
I like haunted houses if I could actually experience myself, but this is like watching like a scary movie. So I don't know. It's not really my vibe, but they're getting creative, They got to pull all these new types of activities and ideas just being in this one area. So good for them.
They really do have to get creative. I'm curious to see who is on this date with her and if they're, down for this or if they're just going to pee their pants because they're so scared. We're going to have to wait and see. But certainly a great clip to make us want to watch next week. Next up, we have Zack, who is on a date with Tayshia. It looks like a one-on-one, and it looks like a carnival theme. And he talks about how he's starting to fall for her.
I feel a way that I didn't truly believe I would ever feel. This is the beginning of true love.
Okay, so Zack here with Tayshia. They're in wedding clothes and jumping on a trampoline. It's kind of a weird date here as well, but as we know from last week's episode, when Bennett was doing this fake proposal, he started to get in the feels and realized that this could be real. So maybe the same thing is happening with Zack when they're in these wedding clothes and, eating a wedding cake. Maybe it's all hitting him also in the same way. What do you think about this date, Avery? Does it look fun? What do you think we're going to end up seeing from Zack's one-on-one?
This date looks so fun, like one of the best activities for a date yet. They're first on the trampoline and she's in like a princess costume, it looks like, and then she's in the wedding dress, and then they're on the Ferris wheel. So it looks super magical and cute, and that's definitely the date I would want to be on. So I have a feeling Zack's gonna be in his feels after this one.
For sure, I think so too. And besides Zack, a lot of the other guys are starting to fall as well, and we can see that in our next clip.
I haven't felt this feeling ever in my life.
I honestly feel like I'm falling in love with you.
So we got a few moments of guys kissing Tayshia, but the big ones were Ben and Eazy, who were saying they've never felt like this before and that they're falling for her. Are we surprised that Ben and Eazy are saying this at this point in the game?
Ben, no, I think we saw this coming a little, or definitely can see their clear chemistry. But Eazy, we haven't seen as much of them together, so I'm a little shocked by that. But when they put something in the promo, it just, they wouldn't put Ben saying I love you in the promo. So the fact that it's Eazy, who knows if Tayshia is going to reciprocate? I don't know. Just by the look on her face right here, she seems happy, but her eyes should be lighting up,
Yeah, I agree. I think, we might get a one-on-one with Eazy next week, or maybe he'll win some sort of competition and get some extra time with her where they can really talk about all this. But, just like we've seen with Ben, who started to open up and become a front runner, Eazy might be doing the same thing. So that's something we're going to have to look out for next week. What we're also going to have to watch for is this crazy Bennett and Noah feud that is starting to unfold. And it starts right here. Let's take a look.
The behaviors that I've seen out of you have been juvenile.
To you, I would say the same thing.
Noah and Bennett, there's something going on between you two, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
So tensions are rising between these two. Tayshia's noticing, and she says she's going to have to get to the bottom of it and deal with this. Never good when, you know, Tayshia as the lead has to step in and really confront these guys. So how do we think Tayshia is feeling right now with these two guys that she really likes going at it and having to intervene?
You know, Tayshia's no BS, so I feel like she's gonna just take this as an opportunity to just like cut all the bullshit. Whoever is like messing around needs to just get out of the picture. She may like them both, but I think being on this 2-on-1 will kind of bring more light to their situation. I mean, the fact that they're still feuding over something that really wasn't that big of a deal originally is already kind of childish. So I think this is the perfect 2-on-1, the perfect combination.
It really is. I think they are teasing a 2-on-1 between these two, which is so exciting because those are always so drama-filled and nerve-wracking, especially between, you know, two guys that don't necessarily like each other and don't get along at the moment, because it means that one's going home and one is staying, and that's all up to Tayshia. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But what we know is going to happen is just more arguing and bickering. And there is a huge age gap between these guys. I think 10 years or something. So Bennett's calling Noah juvenile, and Noah calls Bennett a snob. And it's honestly just a back and forth game at this point.
Just send one of them home, but I don't know which one.
I'm not going home because some snob tried to drag my name through the mud.
So there it is, the rose right on the table, which means she's going to have to pick just one of them. And I really think it's all going to come down to what happens on that date. So Avery, what do you think Tayshia is thinking about as she's going into this? You know, does she have feelings more for one guy over the other, or do you think it's going to come down to the date?
I think she has to have feelings more for one guy than another, but I think she's gonna wait to see them both together and how they act around each other and around her. I think that'll be the most telling, and then she can kind of make her final decision.
I definitely agree. Here in this next clip, we can see them just arguing more and just not letting up on this feud that they have, and it's going to bite them in the butt for sure, but let's see what they have to say.
There are 4 components of emotional intelligence. You are deficient in 3 of those 4.
If you said that with Tayshia sitting right here,
I'll say it to you
Tayshia would
tonight.
send you home.
So Bennett gives Noah a bit of the intelligence talk and brings out some of his, you know, Harvard big words and things like that, which Noah seems to just ignore and stand his ground. But what do you think Tayshia is going to think of this bickering? It seems to be back and forth at this point.
It does seem to be back and forth, and I almost feel like Bennett's instigating it. Noah just brought up a great point, like, would he say that in front of Tayshia? And he definitely does act different around the guys and around Tayshia, so that will be interesting to see. Is he gonna talk this talk when Tayshia is sitting right there, or is he gonna put on a different show?
Exactly. I think Bennett does have 2 different sides to him at this point. He's very classy and refined, you know, when he's with Tayshia. And when he's with the guys, he's more of a guy's guy. Of course, he has like big Harvard IQ words and things like that. But at the same time, you know, I also think that he's an instigator in this situation because they both just won't let it go. And because of that, Tayshia is definitely not happy about it and just wants to cut all the teenage boy drama.
What goes on between you two? This teenage boy drama is ridiculous.
The drama continued.
So the teenage boy drama is ridiculous. She's so right. She's just there to find love, and these guys are starting drama for no reason or just prolonging it when they really should be there and just focusing on their relationship with her. So Avery, I want to know your final thoughts and predictions for next week. What are going to be some of the big moments? What can we expect between Bennett and Noah? Who do you think she's going to choose?
You know, I think we can, it's funny because Bennett just talks about Noah being childish, but I think the instigator is always the one who's like the most childish and immature in the situation. And he just puts on the show that he's more mature and classy, which may be more classy, but like these examples right here and just thinking back, is he really the bigger person? So I think that's what we're going to find out in this next episode. And my prediction is he might go home, but things could totally take a different turn and it could backfire on Noah completely, but we will have to see.
I agree. I think Bennett is just not being his normal self. I think Tayshia's going to see a different side of him that maybe she doesn't like. And I think the fact that Noah has been pegged as the villain in the last few episodes, I personally don't even see where he's really doing too much wrong besides just standing his ground and defending himself and his love for Tayshia and things like that. So I think Bennett might go home as well. But like you said, it could really go either way at this point based on these clips. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But it's definitely a feud that we're going to watch come to a boiling point and then hopefully finish after one of them ends up going home. Well, that's all we have to talk about tonight with these new teaser clips for The Bachelorette. But before you go, make sure you leave a comment because we want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this Bennett and Noah feud? And who's your top pick right now that's starting to fall in love with Tayshia? Let us know in the comments. And make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell because we'll be back with more Bachelorette news as the season continues. I'm Gabby Gonta. You can follow me on socials at Gabby Gonta. And Avery, where can they find you?
On socials at Avery Grooms.
Awesome. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.